Okay, this is going to be video number 2 showing the Manticore. Okay, all-terrain low conductors is all you will see in this video. Horseshoe will remain engaged. Okay, you see that? No stabilizer. Recovery speed 6. All right, we'll talk about that there in a minute. Okay, I have everything zeroed out all the way over for volume of tone from 0 to 66 in this video. You can use this machine in a while like this should you choose, but now you can play with that right there. You can move that down, you can move that up. Alright, now we're going to talk about this upper Ferris limits. Now I've got this in custom 3. Okay, if you will notice, let me scroll over here. You see that number 44. So from 44 all the way to the right, alright, you see that number 22? That's where I've got this machine set in the custom. It's set at 22. Again, you can play with this. What this is going to do, that's running that pretty high. You notice that, meaning it's pretty tall in that screen there. What that does is that helps keep the iron, the solo nails, at bay. Okay? Now notice over here on the left, from 43 all the way to 0, there is no upper Ferris limit set in. I've got it out. Reason being is that lets my tone bends, since I don't have any upper Ferris limits in there, there's no volume. So the nails and all that shit that would read 20s and 30s will produce 0 for sound in this machine. Okay? So you remember what this is for now. This is advanced use to find some harder mass targets. And I've done showed you in the first video what upper Ferris limits 4 does on some of these similar situations I'm going to show here. Okay, I'm going to turn this camera off and I'm going to walk over here. Now this is speed 6 still. Okay. Okay, camera is back on. Horseshoe will remain in. I've showed you the setup here. Okay. A clad corner and a nail coming down the barrel. And I'm going to start rotating around this. Look at the angle of detection I have even right there. Okay, now I'm getting more traditional reporting there. Okay. Clad dime, 2 colonial nails. You get to hear that. Now the iron volume has been matched for pitch. That's what you're hearing. See where that trace likes to run. A nickel and 2 nails. Now if I get right here, I'm getting both some traditional reporting and some of this what I've... You get to hear that. Okay, so you get some more angular, you know, when you approach a target, you get to hear, you know, it sets this machine off and you have to make the decision what you want to do. Now, I'm going to remove the dime and I'm going to remove the nickel. Okay, we'll look at this one first. You get to hear this machine. Quite the difference versus when that dime is in there. Okay, here's the one the nickel was in. You get to hear that. Notice where it's at on that screen. But remember, I've got that zeroed out down there. See what I'm saying? It's come down there and it's caught into my zeroed out tone band for volume. Okay. Of course, here's the old quarter again. You see the ID and you see where the machine is reporting. Okay. Now, I'm gonna let the camera run. I showed a little of this yesterday. Some people may be, you know, just now getting on this, what I'm showing here. I'm gonna remove this. This is a more modern style nail. It's got some age to it. Okay, so now I'm sweeping. See what happens there. See where it's at. Okay, now I'm going to go in here. I'm going to upper ferrous limits. Okay, I've got the red line there. I'm going to hit the pencil. Now remember, I'm at 22 there. See that number 22? No signal. Okay. So when I start letting that down, see what happens? I start getting that old nail. Well, we don't want that old nail, do we? We want the coin, the non-ferrous. I'm back at 22 now. Okay. And I will even, since a quarter is a bigger object, we'll put the dime in there. Okay, let's see what kind of angular detection we get. Okay, now remember I showed this yesterday. So now the dime has come under my tone bend there. I don't get much signal, okay? But look at this angular detection. I'm gonna stand right here, okay? I'm gonna be sweeping more or less in that angle right there. Now, running this machine traditionally, I get signal that way. I don't get anything this way. Okay, so you get to hear that. And I'm coming around it. Okay, I'm going to turn this camera off briefly. Okay, camera back on. Now, I made a reference over here when I was showing this nickel earlier in this video. And I said, oh, I'm getting some traditional reporting mixed in with how I've got this machine set up. That's because I had a nickel window. I still have the volume turned up. I've since turned it. I turned it down and I've turned it back up. Okay, so now we're back over this dime here in this solo nail. Upper ferrous limits preset 4. Okay, and I've got volume turned up, all tone bends. You see the discrimination pattern. Okay, horseshoe is off. Now we're back over this same dime. Okay, so we get detection here. Notice right there. Gone. Okay. So what I'm saying, you know, some people may frown on, oh, sharpshooter. I would miss that dime running it the way you're showing this machine. Well, actually, the law of averages says you have a higher chance of finding that dime by that nail running it like I'm suggesting versus running it traditionally. See there? Gone. Okay, I was getting signal right there and right here. The way I'm showing, you know, was showing this detector. Just something for you to think about. You know, you're going to run your machine the way you want. Okay, this is video number 2.